Aus Berlin, the former undefeated IBF middleweight champion of the world, King Arthur. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing Razorback red, official weight 75.4 kilograms, 166 1/4 pounds. Professional record, an excellent one, 32 fights, 28 victories, including 17 knockouts with 3 defeats and 1 bout even. He's the fighting pride of Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, the former undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Jermaine Bad Intentions Taylor.
Okay, I already give you the instructions in the dressing room. I want a clean fight. Remember, this is the line where the low blows are legal. Good luck, check the gloves, and go to your corners.
That is a Super 6 stare down. 14,000 strong at the O2 Berlin. Taylor said there'd be more pressure on Abraham to perform well in front of his hometown crowd. We'll see. Who will draw first blood in the Super 6? Will Arthur Abraham, a notoriously slow starter, lay back in his defensive shell, or will he come out aggressively? Will he wait to see what Jermaine Taylor does? Here we go. Lupe Garcia brings them together. We are underway in the Super 6 World Boxing Classic from Berlin. Taylor said he'll box. When there's any opportunity, he'll jab right through. Really important to keep Abraham at the end of the jab. Big right hand missing by Taylor. You don't want to get too close to Arthur Abraham. A very hard puncher, extremely strong, better skills than a lot of people think. So tough physically and mentally. And remember, never lost, never down, and fighting at home.
Strategy-wise, Steve, it's very important if Arthur Abraham is going to keep his peekaboo defense like that, the Taylor punch and land some jabs, punch through the gloves like he did with Winky Wright, score points, because if Abraham's going to let you score points, you have to put the rounds in the bank.
Taylor in the red, very athletic. He's got the fast hands, the height and reach, the experience. Not easy to outclass Taylor. Big question, can he get it done without burning himself out? Now Taylor with a left hook that's grabbed by the right glove of Abraham. Taylor can also fight. He won't back down. Terrific right hand. He dropped Carl Froch early, and Froch has a great chin. But can he hurt Abraham? The thing is, you don't want to get into big exchanges with Arthur Abraham. He's got to outwork King Arthur. Here's a combination followed by another heavy right by Abraham. Jab back by Taylor.
Wide shots from Abraham. Taylor did not respond well to that wide right hand.
Usually his left hook is wide when you can answer back with a straight right down the middle on the inside. We'll see if Taylor does that. Taylor has a habit of holding his left hand low. So you got to be cognizant of that. If you're Arthur Abraham, he can launch a right. Taylor going to the body.
And that's a good move, Steve, because if Abraham's going to hold his gloves by his head, the body is there to be hit.
Taylor's camp feels Abraham is protected here at home by the refs, particularly with body shots. They feel Abraham doesn't like body shots, and he does leave himself a little space there with that peekaboo defense. They think, the Taylor camp, that the refs will warn opponents for low blows when they're legal. A major bone of contention with Taylor's promoter, Lou DiBella. Taylor fights best when he's relaxed, Steve, and he seems to be pretty relaxed right here.
Well, he's using the ring well. He wants distance. He wants this to be an outside fight, and so far it has been.
So we head for the bell, round one. Good left hand there near the bell by Jermaine Taylor.
Keys to victory for Arthur Abraham: force the pace early, make Taylor work throughout the fight. It's the best way to get him fatigued. Use the jab. It's a legit weapon, and Abraham's shown it to be effective versus taller opponents. And bring his hands back, because Abraham's most vulnerable after he punches because he drops his hands. Keys for Jermaine Taylor: stay off the ropes. If Taylor backs up, it's a sure sign that his legs are going. Lots of rights. In spots, Abraham will let Taylor punch. Taylor should take advantage and finish the work. Taylor dropped both Pavlik and Frach, didn't finish either, and lost both fights.
Zur zweiten Runde, Round 2.
Wide right hand by Abraham as his brother looks on. Doesn't like what he sees, but it wasn't in reaction to that right hand that landed flush.
His younger brother Alex, a fine junior middleweight who's 25-0-1. Round 2. Jermaine Taylor comes out jabbing. Crowd getting behind Arthur Abraham, whose unusual style is designed to wear you out, to make you expend energy. That guard up high. His version of the rope-a-dope.
And it's critical for Taylor to punch, even if he doesn't land, because Abraham's punch output is so slim, Steve, in these early rounds, that Taylor will win just on volume and just by punching whether he lands or not.
Are you intrigued that nobody has figured out a way to outpoint Abraham?
I'm very intrigued because his fights haven't really even been close here in Germany.
He does bring a puzzling style. You don't know if he's going to lay back or brawl. And he can uncoil out of that defensive shield quickly and explosively. And it's not easy to get a decision here in Germany. With that in mind, as Jermaine Taylor goes for the body, but now Arthur Abraham claiming low blow. We discussed it. We talked about this before. And this, a major concern of the Jermaine Taylor camp. But that was a low blow.
Steve, the replay showed it all.
That was definitely a low blow. And he is being cautioned by the referee, Guadalupe Garcia.
This was an issue at the rules meeting, Steve. I attended it, and they had a long argument about what makes a low blow. Well, that was a low blow.
Well, if you saw the first Edison-Miranda fight, that was a familiar sight. So we resume.
Steve, it's interesting. Taylor's jabbing much more, but Abraham is really making his jabs count. Very accurate as a puncher with his jabs and his power shots both.
Abraham, a very smart fighter. He's so adaptable. There's the right-left combination. The left got through the guard of Taylor. There's that jab once again by Abraham. Yes, the jab very effective by Arthur Abraham. Taylor does have a very good jab. It's not just a probing range-finding jab, but an effective weapon. Good uppercut on the inside by Taylor. Another one followed by a left hook to the head. Abraham shaking his head as if to say it didn't hurt me, or he's upset with himself.
And the referee signaled with his hands to Taylor, keep the punches up. Taylor doesn't want to back himself into a corner with too many warnings this early.
And just as he told us he would do, he is jabbing away at Arthur Abraham, and it is effective. Good part of the round for Taylor. Missed with that sweeping left hook. Back comes Abraham, but didn't bother Taylor. Those jabs being blocked by the gloves of Abraham. So hard to get through that defense. Here comes Abraham. Popping shots off Taylor's head. And he's claiming to Garcia those punches were in the back of the head and therefore illegal. And now he is saying that to Abraham. So roughhouse tactics here in the early going, Steve.
Well, you see it there. Abraham pouring it on. The fight starts as usual when Arthur Abraham says it starts. And that was 2 right hands to the back of the head, Steve. Very much so.
Ja, ist gut. Nein, weiß schon sehr gut. Immer konzentriert machen. Just concentrate yourself. Concentrate yourself. Stay cool.
Alles klar, also musst du machen.
Okay, so you got to make the next round. The next round is for you. Got to make it.
The Giant, Mr. Valuev, one of the heavyweight champions on hand here tonight. Round 3. Did you see Taylor winning the first 2?
I did. The second round was much closer. Abraham poured it on a little bit in the second half of that round, but I gave Taylor both, mostly on volume punching, Steve.
And Steve, it's not out of the ordinary for Abraham, who often fights at his own pace, to be down in the first 2-3 rounds, but he does have a way of taking over historically. We'll see how it unfolds tonight.